All right, let me tell you what happened. So I'm flying out of LAX this morning. Flying out of LAX this morning. Flight's at 6:15. Delta. No, I'm not at somebody's house. I'm at the hotel. Okay. I sleep for as long as I possibly can sleep. And I mean, I'm hard sleeping, slobbering, all this stuff. Just sleep for as hard as you can possibly sleep on an airplane. And I'm like, I'm gonna sleep all the way from New York or LA to New York. I'm in the bed on the plane because I usually can't sleep on planes. I didn't sleep well the night before and I didn't sleep well last night. So I'm like, I'm cool. I'm about to sleep all night. Okay. Doesn't happen. You sleep like 5-7 hours in your mind. I was on the plane for 2 hours. I woke up and the flight tracker said you got 3 hours left. I was like, it looks like a filter on my face because the sun is outside. And I don't know how to shut this down. Look, man, you're just gonna have to look like I'm on Valencia right now, okay? All right. So I'm flying on Delta, which is my favorite airline, and it's got the TVs in the back of the seats. Okay, so I'm looking at the TVs. Look at me. Well, I'm like, light-skinned eyes. It's how dudes be taking pictures in Valencia. Regular Valencia. Regular Valencia. All right. So they got movies and TV and all that stuff. So they got all these new movies that all cost $6, and ain't nobody got time for that. And I didn't want to pay for Wi-Fi because my wife was at the hair shop and she wasn't going to be texting me good. And there's nothing worse than paying for Wi-Fi on a plane and then nobody talks to you and then nothing happened on social media and you just feel like you wasted $20. So I wasn't about to do that because if she's at home, she'll text good. But if she's at the shop, it's terrible. So, where are the cute guys at? I don't know. Go find them somewhere else. All right. So, now I lost track because that person was aggravating me. I like blocking people, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I enjoy it. It's a favorite pastime of mine. You don't even take much for me to block you, okay? And I get off track easy when you say stuff. All right. Anyway, I'm searching through. Pitch Perfect 2, can't watch that. It was free, but my wife wants to watch that with me, so I can't watch that. $6 for this movie, $6 for that movie, $6 for this movie, $6 for that movie. So I scroll along to this movie called Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. And I'm like, oh, cool, this movie's free. I read the caption and I should have just stopped there, okay? I should have stopped there. The title tells you what this movie says. Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. It's about a guy who knew this girl in kindergarten and she is diagnosed with cancer and his mom makes him befriend her, okay? And I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but the title tells you what happened, okay? It's The Dying Girl, okay? All right? So I'm like, okay, this is going to be like The Fault of Our Stars. It's going to be like, you know, Me and Marley or Marley and Me and all that stuff. But look, guys, it was free. And I had 3 hours to kill, and the movie was an hour and 45 minutes. So I start watching it, and it's good. It's funny. It's clever. It knows how these cancer movies usually go, and it plays on that. And it plays on your emotion, and it's good, and it's a great coming-of-age story, and all that stuff, okay? And then it hits you hard and fast. I was on the plane. Let me show y'all. I got to put my hoodie on to show you how it was, okay? Because I got to get to the point on this story. Oh, I forgot to say, my goal for this week is 2.8 million hearts. I'm on the plane, and I'm laughing, right? And then it gets serious. And all of a sudden, I know, you know, when you're about to cry in a movie, you feel them tears welling up. Okay, you feel them tears welling up, and you know if you blink hard, you're like one or two hard blinks away. Okay, and when this movie pours it on thick, it pours it on thick. So I was like, trying not to blink, blink soft, and I was like, well, I'm 2 blinks away from this cry, and I was cool. And then it hit me, boom, boom. And when I tell you, inside, outside, tears. Okay, I was on the window seat, nobody in the middle, and some Asian dude that I didn't like next to me. And I don't know, I just met that guy, and he just had a bad vibe about him. I was just like, man, who do you think you are, cuz? I don't know where it's on. I don't want you guys to go watch it. So when I tell you guys, this movie broke me in half. I have never cried so hard in a movie. You can look at the picture on Instagram. I took a picture. I was crying so hard, I turned my hoodie like this on the plane so nobody could see me, because there were some rappers 5 rows ahead of me, and they were passing out drinks. Okay? And this inside, outside, crying. Okay? And then they, like, while my heartstrings are being torn, they hit you even harder. It's called Me and Earl and the Dying Girl, and I don't know where you can find it. So I am like, no, you know when you cry at a funeral and you're like, I was one breath away from making a sound, and I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm not a terribly intimidating man, but I'm a man, and I'm proud. And I was like, yo, why am I about to make a sound? I mean, I was crying. I was like, and I took a breath, and it was one step away. And I was really like self-aware in the moment. I was like, I'm about to cry with a sound in the middle of an airplane. Here's why it was bad. If you're in a movie where everybody's crying, like I cried during Southpaw, but it was cool because everybody else was crying. But I was crying on an airplane at 11 a.m. and nobody else was watching movies on the plane. Nobody was paying the $6, and nobody sift through to make sure the free stuff. So it's weird to just be a 6 foot tall, 230-pound black man crying his eyes out on an airplane in the morning. The flight left at 6. It was like 9 o'clock. And I'm just here like, shoot. There's rappers ahead of me. They're asking me if I want something to drink. I'm not even making eye contact. I'm here. I'm like, I know the people behind me saw. I mean, I'm dabbing this whole inside of my hoodie is soaking wet. I mean, I'm just like, I tell you guys, I cried for 12 minutes and 37 seconds on this movie. And it was enough tears for the California drought to be over. If I would have just stuck my head over the reservoirs in California and let the tears drip out, they would have been like, yo, the drought is over. It's some salt water, but the drought's over, fam. And I'm going to be like, well, praise be to God, guys. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. But we thank God for grace. And somebody asked if my nose ran. Did my nose run? My nose ran a 5K marathon, and it wasn't a fat person. It was a Kenyan who was running to give money back to his family. My nose was fat. It was here. All the liquids were coming out of my body. You know how bad you got to be crying for inside of your and outside of your tear ducts to be crying? And your nose running? My nose was... My nose was Marion Jones on steroids. My nose was Carl Lewis in the 84 Olympics. My nose was Usain Bolt, 19.2, 200. My nose ran across country, and it was that weird kid in high school. It's called Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. The movie is amazing. 5K is only 3.1 miles. Well, it was a 25K. The movie broke me in half. And as I've gotten older, I cry at movies often now. I cried at Southpaw. I cried at The Croods. I cried at Big Hero 6. I've cried at a lot of movies. Once I passed my 30s, I've been crying. I have never cried on an airplane like this. I'm just like going through life. This movie was rough. Rough. Yes, those are cartoon movies, guys, okay? I take my kids to all the kids' movies, and for whatever reason, animated movies are... What happened? The movie's called Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. You can guess what happened at the end. It's in the title. They tell you what happens in the movie, then it happens. I cried like T.O. during the press conference. This is my quarterback. I cried like I had been having unprotected sex, fornicating for 6 months, and the baby wasn't supposed to be mine, and it wasn't. And the baby was born and looked like me, but it was somebody else's. And then I immediately had to go to revival, and the prophet knew about it, and he called me out from the back row and told me that God still had a plan for my life. I cried like that. The prophet knew I was out there smashing, and the baby should have been mine. And he called me out. He said, "You've been out there sinning, and God spared you for grace. It's all right." I cried like the first time you get the Holy Ghost. Speaking. Those are baby tongues. You got bigger tongues than that. Those aren't even tongues. You're just making car sounds. I'm a lawnmower for you, Jesus. I'm a weed whacker. Out of your belly, out of your belly, out of your belly. I cried like I just got a whooping for an hour. It was awful. So I don't recommend watching Me and Earl and the Dying Girl unless your heart is made of stone. Inside Out. Cried there too. Unless your heart's made of stone, do not watch this movie. Okay? It's an amazing movie. You will cry your eyeballs inside out. I got exhausted, plus, you know how tired you are after you cry? I done flew halfway across the country, and now I'm exhausted, and then I had the nerve to cry on top of that? Did I cry at Best Man's Holiday? Who didn't cry? I can't take a nap because they're coming to pick me up at 5:30 in an hour. Best Man Holiday? Whoa! When Morris Chestnut was trying to be strong, if you ain't seen it, spoiler alert, but I ain't really sad because it's on Netflix. Morris Chestnut was trying, and he went down to the grave by himself, and Tate Diggs came down, and he was like, he started crumping. When Morris Chestnut started crumping, woo! Woo! I cried loud. Do yourself a favor. Don't watch it. Okay? I gotta go pick my food up from downstairs. Don't watch it, guys. I've never cried on an airplane. Can kids watch the movie? I wouldn't recommend it. I didn't cry during Fireproof because I, for the most part, think church movies are corny. I liked Fireproof, but I didn't cry. Haven't seen The Notebook. Haven't seen Marley and Me. Mostly cry at kids' movies.